в Ірпені, в бою, під обстрілом ворожим. Ти пробач мені, що вже приїхати не зможу. Я б тобі картоплю посадив і малинку у садку хорошу. Хату би з тобою нарядив на Великдень, та вже не зможу. Жаль, додому привезти не встиг дівчину свою. На тебе схожу, щоб онуків мала ти своїх. Ти пробач, я вже не зможу. Тут в могилі братській всі свої. Я лежу з краєчку, насторожі. Якщо вийде, мам, приїдь, бо до тебе я вже не зможу.
Transparant van die tongvis. Die lig oor my lesenaar vloei uit in die donker. Ek wag my besoekers in op papier. My 4 kinders. Dorsaal en anaal hang hulle in fyn balans. Vinnetjies aan die keel roer aanhoudend. Oë besonder saam. Brakkerige watertrap maak klei met die metafore. Kom nader hier oor woordeboeke en leë bladsye. Hoe lief het ek nie hierdie tengerskooltjie, hierdie 4 vaartvisse van my. Nader gelok, wat voer ek julle? Liefste kind, hierdie smal flankie, laat hy meegee na die bedding oor aan die strekking so ja. Dit wring wel, maar ma hou jou vas, ma is hier. Die onderste oogie verwonders blou soos paas en migreer versigtig met 'n komplekse bondeling van senuwee en spiere tot bo langs die ander. Die parmantige mondjie trek byna afwykend met tyd, sal die tongetjie sy lê kry. Die boonste flankie begin donkerder pigmenteer. Onopvallend lê julle tussen sand en klip, deel van die bodem en nooit weer roefsugtig of op vlug nie. Ek druk my mond teen elke verwronge gesig, maar weet, julle sal die gety oorleef.
Iktuarpok. I found a word and I'm riding a wild white woe. No, I found a word which is a window and there's snow outside. I found this word for you and because I'm waiting and because sometimes the hour takes too long. I found this word without warning, for warmth, but you will not be late, I know. I found a special word for the naked hooves galloping on the carpet, and somewhere else life is orderly. No, it is rare to find a word I can't even say out loud that describes how this room feels right now. I found the word which starts here and ends when you arrive. I found a word which exists because you do. There is another word for waiting, and this o'clock strikes as your feet sink in soft snow and the door opens, your smile a blizzard. I want to kiss the surprising mouth in your hello.
Sabi nila, dapat daw mabuhay tayo para sa iba. Pero mas madalas, nabubuhay tayo para sa sarili lamang natin. Dahil ang pagkabuhay ay minsan ay para ring pagkamatay. Ang kaibahan lang, unti-unti, mabagal, nakakabagot. Pero doon din ang tungo. At kung iaalay mo ang sarili mo para sa iba, baka wala nang matira sa'yo. Dahil matakaw ang mundo. Sakim. Gusto kong maniwalang kwentista ako, pero ultimo ang sarili ko, minsan ay hindi maniwala. Gusto kong maniwala na isa akong guro, pero mas madalas, pakiramdam ko, ay isa akong mag-aaral na hindi makaalis sa silid-aralan ng buhay. O dahil di naman kailangang umalis, dahil wala namang pagtatapos. Isa akong nilalang na laging may dalang pulang bagahe. Hindi mabigat ang bagahe, mas mabuti pa nga kung mabigat. Pero nakakapagod, nakakangalay. Saan nga ba galing ang salitang pangangalay? Ngalay, ngawit, ngimay, pintik, manhidi, manday o miti. Mas napapagod tayo hindi sa bigat, kung hindi sa paulit-ulit na pagtitiis. Kabaligtaran nga ito sa pag-ibig. Kung nasaktan ka dahil iniwan ka, baka nasaktan ka dahil nakasanayan mo na. Ang umuwiwan naman sa iyo ay nangalay na. Nangalay sa kapayayakan ng pagkatao mo. Naniniwala ako sa sining, pero minsan ko nang tinalikuran ng sining. Pero kahit ganun pa man, sa kanya ako patuloy na bumabalik ng bumabalik. Tila tayo mga tagabantay ng kalawakan, tagabantay ng kasaysayan, mga pagkakataon at panahon. Pero isa may walang pumapalit. Dahil walang gustong pumalit.
The morning smog spools over the giant dolmens as the soft rain spiritually blesses a herd of bypassing cars. The motorway, the petrified remains of a serpent, the same one Saint Vimber vanquished 100 years ago, 100 miles across, all knotted, coiled and complicated, as the dawn chorus is buried under splitting, spitting, moaning combustible engines, vibrating across all the regions of era. I bullet through the Chaklinch tunnel, a giant bagpipe drone, and come out the other end, stopped, bathed in red, under traffic lights, the brink of the Dung Kettle roundabout. It's the center of chaos, where the five forces fight and spin. If Maeve's forehead is in Sligo, her right ankle sticks out here. If Danu's breasts were in Kerry, her outy belly button comes out here. Where the women of the Silvermon fought and won battles, where Dagda built a giant tomb on his way to Mead. When red swaps for green, I hurl into the merry-go-round. While driving autopilot, I slip into memory. The pub was packed. My pint was on the right hand. A long-time friend comes and embraces the left. My soul lifts. That was love. Till we let go. She said something soft into my ear. But I wake up from the daydream on the bones of man. Notice that nature finds a way. A single seagull flies above. A hooded crow hops across the hard shoulder. The fox's remains melt into the tarmac. She said, if you lie down and listen, you could hear the humming of the world. This all took 2 minutes while leaving the Dung Kettle roundabout.
craned under the cranked-up chassis. We poured over mud salt, struts and welds. The iron bowel of the beast, tanked and riveted, rust-pocked, chrome-plated, sumped and treacly, the sum of 1,000,000 revolutions, and the brunt of 20 sandy seasons bounced on the axle of its dinted shell, its grille and headlights smiling still. And this old van came rolling home on a cold January day to take us to our summers. It sits where I parked it in the frost, furloughed in a street of starers, gathering moss and the quiet bunting of spiders, blinded by pollen and petal, with wheels turned out towards the sea.
Strange to live so far from the seabed and its steaming stigmata, hydrothermal vents bleeding heat and rough chemical, from which there was suddenly life.
Locked in cells, microscopic monastics, discovering compulsion, the need to feed and breed. Inheritance, how the dying drag the dead.
Strange. Life's long gestation, the ocean's open womb, the shallow shining clerestory, where uncertain things straddled the shore before the land was anything but bare rock, and plants could claim a thin and thankless soil, before limbuds blossomed, sprouting the legs articulated liana, and coarse creatures could strain onto sand, skin glistening beneath a long-armed sun, an unstoppered sky.
An unstoppered sky.
Life is a narcissist. It can't help but make more of itself.
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 More of itself. Can't help but want another body like its own, to hold another body to its own, the way a body of water will hold your reflection until you fall through it. The way a cell, fertilized or restless, will throw a lasso around itself and pull, until it pulls to either side, two quivering mirrors. And suddenly the earth awakens to the sound of too many feet. The moon rises to the flanging howls of a bloated pack. Life is an inexperienced thief. It makes the mistake of charity, never keeping what it takes. Energy seeping out like sweat, like glue through mesh, every wound an exchange, each shit an ecosystem, a seemingly ceaseless cycle.
Seemingly ceaseless cycle.
Seemingly ceaseless cycle.
Seemingly ceaseless cycle.
A seemingly ceaseless cycle.
But even a river will stop for a season or an age. Continents will catch in ice like insects in a midwinter web. A mountain range will bloom and wither like wildflowers, a vast and sexless meadow. The city is more alive than it has ever been, and I am so afraid of dying.
woke to feel his nimble claws inside me, and scratched away the thoughts of my own death. My Aunt Joanne, the first resort next door, pressed a hand against my wheeling chest to find a frightened creature racing there. Next day, I felt a nurse spread cold blue gel, and for the first time in my early life, could curse my misbehaving pet on screen. "We'll need to make a cut right here," she said, "but not before you're 29 years old." I nailed some wood against my ribcage then, and sought the noise to hide me from his squeaks. When that backfired, I tried to pawn him off. Showed him to some strangers after dark, who turned him upside down until he squealed. The day I lay my head upon your chest, I heard a scuttle faint and turned to look. A grey-haired thing stared back with beady eyes. This once-forgotten pest, despite my best, had run me here with all his furry might.
Fallen into the footnotes, slipped into the margins, a numbered reference, addenda. She dances in the index, blink and you'll miss her. Tilly, Leopoldine, piecing together a life from scraps. Enough of being pinned to wealthy velvet, peeping through her own story. Off kilter, off the page, away. She's a tangle of celluloid on the cutting room floor. She is minor interest, not important enough to be remembered, not big enough to be written out of history, exists only in reference to men. She is wife, lover, dalliance, concubine. She is seen in the company of X with question mark. She is a blur, only in focus when her comet swings round a bright man's sun as she is lit by his importance. Never allowed to be her own source of light, her radiance overlooked, no value placed. Imagine if she'd been born a man. She'd be famous. He is fated. She is omitted. Clock that ticks away the afternoon, punctuates the tink of spoon on porcelain, choice of cream or sugar, a slice of bread and butter, knife blade creases in the napkins, servants who hover at her elbow, the view from tall, calm windows across obedient lawns. She counts the time she taps her spoon. Too many and she's being difficult again. Too many and words are shouted, doors slammed. Too many and the nurse brings a powder and a glass of water.
Rip out my feathers, hang them around my throat. They whisper around my shoulder blades, remind me they were once wings. Remind me how as a child I had a dream where I took my feet off the ground and flew.
She does well for a woman, has a sharp mind for a woman, is muscular and lithe for a woman. She cannot win, cannot be just herself. The world's words will not permit it. He is handsome. She is pretty. He is firm. She is harpy. He has goals. She has daydreams. Speak, gossip, stride, teeter, wild oats, slut, straight talking, foul-mouthed, faithful, clingy, diplomatic, scheming. He is talented. She is just bloody lucky. She will never run the risk of being taken seriously. She is hoochie-coochie, belly dancer, dance hall hoofer, flapper, floozy, hotcha-cotcha, black-bottom bouncer, burlesque bopper, seven-veiled Salome, stripper, exotica, go-go gal, podium pole swinger, lap dancer, grinder. She is rhythm and boozer, 10 cents a loser, up for grabs for any man who's got a $1 bill to stuff in her G-string. She will never run the risk of hard landings, will trip on Chinese rugs, Indian rugs, Persian rugs, Isfahan rugs, Moroccan rugs, cushioned as she falls onto sofas, settees, couches, cushions plumped that morning.
I am a multitude of swatches, mishmash, work in progress. Too many snippets to gather the wholeness of a life. Coat of clashing colours. I am too many. I am too much. I am footnote. Someone else's wife. Little black book with half the pages missing. Diary with months torn out. I am never quite enough. The truth hisses through the gaps.
Night is the only room to which she owns the key. In her dreams she flies and does not fall, wild and incandescent with her truth. Her crowds applaud, adore, approve, brava, ancora. They understand. They feed her nighttime hearth. She grows unbalanced, half-gorged, half-starved. Gravity skews, axis tilts. She totters in dizzy circles round a tipped core. Faster and faster, further and further from the true. She loses compass bearings till north is south. She doesn't know which way is up, what to believe, or who.
I was never one for words. I could not read the warning signs, the small print, the scandal sheet, sticks and stones. Names can never. My hands are the opposite of clutching. They know the truth of letting go, the truth of what I can't hold on to. Fingers smooth from all the money that's passed through. I am another beloved rarity, hung alongside the Darleys, the Ernsts, the Magrittes, a bequeathed canopic jar. All those collectibles. I am the only one that insists on breathing.
She ribbons up her ballet pumps, dances where and where no one can see, dances for herself in a dervish spin, faster and closer to a deity she can't believe in, spits in the eye of little gods and husbands as she slingshots past their sun. The only escape is to dance and keep dancing till she plunges into the fire.
I am electric. I'm on fire. My bones and body burn. A moving target. Never in one place long enough for evidence to stack up. Fingerprints melt from cocktail glasses. Lipstick slides from collars. Kisses evaporate on lovers' lips.
My eyes are blue.
No.
Hazel.
Hazel.
No. Green
No.
with copper
Green
flecks.
with copper flecks.
She danced off the page, off the end of the dotted line, shrugged away the planet's atmosphere, seeking out a universe where this is not the story, a universe where she can write her own.
Because goddess is never enough, nor muse, nor Lamia, nor temptress. I am every part, and none. Nothing about me is a lie, and nothing true. I elude definitions, marriages, friends and enemies, health and sickness. Death do her part. Because I cannot be pinned, stitched, hemmed, woven, weft or warped. Because cat's cradle, because hopscotch, ring o' roses, because all fall down. Because I fall between other people's lives. And falling is flying if you turn it on its side and look at it the other way. Because I am higher than the sky. Because I am the dance and not the dancer. The flight and not the wing. The shimmer, not the star. I am water round a rock. Storm that rages through the trees. Lightning that floods the night. Thunder that hammers down the sky, the houses beneath it, castles, tents, and little men. I am the one who gets away.
περπατήσουμε ένα βροχερό απόγευμα σε ένα πλακόστρωτο βουτυγμένο στο κονιάκ και τη ζάχαρη. Θα αγγίζεις τα χέρια μου και ο παγωμένος αέρας θα ακουμπάει τα μαλλιά σου και δεν θα υπάρχουν ερωτήσεις και αβεβαιότητες. Μόνο απαντήσεις και χάδια και υγρά χαμόγελα. Θα σε κοιτάζω και θα σε ξέρω και εσύ δεν θα αναρωτιέσαι για τίποτα πια. Θα κοιτάζουμε γύρω μας και θα υπάρχει παντού σιωπή και αγάπη και αληθινές ιστορίες. Και μια μελωδική ορχήστρα θα ακούγεται από το βάθος του ουρανού. Και η Αλίκη από τη χώρα των θαυμάτων θα πίνει κόκκινο κρασί στην πλατεία, φορώντας κόκκινο παλτό, κάτω από μια κόκκινη τέντα. Μεγάλη σε ηλικία πια. Ένα βροχερό απόγευμα. Η ζωή που ζούμε δεν είναι η ζωή. Άλλο πράγμα είναι η ζωή. Και άλλο πράγμα είναι η ζωή που ζούμε. Πρέπει να βρεθεί ένας τρόπος αυτά τα δύο να συναντηθούν μεταξύ τους. Η ζωή είναι ένα φευγαλαίο χαμόγελο μιας ηλικιωμένης καλοντημένης κυρίας, που βαθιά μέσα στα μάτια της μπορείς να δεις τα άγουρα μάγουλα μιας 16χρονης ερεθισμένης για χάδια και έρωτα. Η ζωή είναι να κοιτάζεις τη θάλασσα και να έχει ζέστη και ο ήλιος να σου ακουμπάει τους ώμους. Η ζωή είναι ο ήχος μιας κιθάρας και ενός βιολοντσέλου και καθαρά λευκά σεντόνια και ορθάνυχτα παράθυρα και πόρτες χωρίς κλειδαριές. Η ζωή είναι ένα χειροκρότημα που ακούγεται από μακριά μέσα στη νύχτα για άγνωστο λόγο. Είναι μια προσπάθεια χωρίς τέλος και χωρίς τελικό σκοπό. Είναι η γεύση από τα χείλια της στο απόβραδο. Είναι να είσαι ελεύθερος μέσα στην πιο σκοτεινή φυλακή. Η ζωή που ζούμε δεν είναι η ζωή. Η ζωή που ζούμε είναι μια σειρά από αυταπάτες και όρια. Μια σειρά απογοητευτικών πράξεων και λανθασμένων αναγκών. Μια καταναγκαστική προσπάθεια. Ένα παιχνίδι επιβίωσης. Ένας φευγαλαίος ασήμαντος εφιάλτης μέσα σε μια νύχτα χωρίς τέλος. Η ζωή είναι να σε αγαπώ και να σε νοιάζομαι και να έχω το χρόνο να χαϊδεύω τους φόβους σου. Να βάζω τέλος στις αυταπάτες μου και να μπορούμε μαζί να κάνουμε το δηλητήριο φάρμακο. Η ζωή στέκει στον ορίζοντα της ζωής μας και περιμένει. Καραδοκεί σαν τίγρης μες στο σκοτάδι. Νεαρές ερωτευμένες γυναίκες φέρνουν παιδιά στην αγκαλιά τους και τα αφήνουν στα χέρια του ωκεανού. Ο ουρανός παρατηρεί απόκοσμος και σκοτεινός. Δεν υπάρχει πουθενά κανένας τόπος που να μπορείς να κρυφτείς από τη ζωή σου. Η ζωή είναι επικίνδυνη, απρόβλεπτη. Ένα άγριο ποτάμι από ήχους εκρήξεων και ξαφνικές αλλαγές και υγρές μοναχικές σκοτεινές νύχτες. Δεν μπορείς να κρυφτείς από τη ζωή σου. Δεν υπάρχει πουθενά κανένας τόπος που να μπορείς να κρυφτείς από τη ζωή σου. Η ζωή που ζούμε δεν είναι η ζωή. Άλλο πράγμα είναι η ζωή. Και άλλο πράγμα είναι η ζωή που ζούμε. Η ζωή που ζούμε είναι μια αλληλουχία καταναγκαστικών πράξεων και λανθασμένων αποφάσεων. Ένα μάταιο κυνήγι θησαυρού. Ένα σπασμένο παιδικό παιχνίδι ξεχασμένο στη γωνία ενός εγκατελειμμένου σπιτιού. Μια ασπρόμαυρη ξεθοριασμένη φωτογραφία από μια ξεχασμένη στιγμή ευτυχίας. Ένα κάτεργο. Μια φυλακή για αποβλακωμένους, υπνοτισμένους θεατές και θεατρίνους. Μια ασήμαντη παράσταση που επαναλαμβάνεται ασταμάτητα ξανά και ξανά χωρίς νόημα. Χωρίς τέλος. Η ζωή που ζούμε δεν είναι η ζωή. Άλλο πράγμα είναι η ζωή. Κι άλλο πράγμα είναι η ζωή που ζούμε. Θα περπατήσουμε σιωπηλοί και ερωτευμένοι, τυλιγμένοι από μικρά δευτερόλεπτα ευτυχίας που θα αντιχούν για πάντα στους δρόμους και τις κατακόμβες, στα διαμερίσματα και τα υπόγεια. Θα συναντηθούμε ξανά και ξανά σαν εραστές, σαν γονείς, σαν παιδιά. Θα βρεθούμε σε ένα μεγάλο κρεβάτι στη Βαρκελόνη, σε ένα λευκό καράβι στη Μεσόγειο, σε ένα μπαρ στο Παρίσι, ένα οδόφραγμα στο Βερολίνο, σε μια φτωχική καλύβα στη Σενεγάλη, μια οροσειρά του Νεπάλ, στην παραλία του Νείλου στο Κάιρο, στην εκστατική νύχτα του Σαν Φραντζίσκο, δίπλα στον απέραντο ωκεανό. Θα συναντηθούμε ξανά, ένα ξημέρωμα στη Βεγγάλη και ένα βροχερό ανοιξιάτικο απόγευμα στην Αθήνα. Ξανά και ξανά. Θα συναντηθούμε ξανά. Θα συναντηθούμε ξανά. Θα μοιάζουμε νέοι, ξένοι, άγνωστοι, τυχαίοι, άλλοι. Κι όμως θα ξέρεις ποιος είναι. Κι όμως θα σε ξέρω πολύ καλά με την πρώτη ματιά. Θα συναντηθούμε ξανά. Θα συναντηθούμε ξανά. Κάθε φορά θα συναντηθούμε ξανά και ξανά και πάλι από την αρχή. Και θα ζήσουμε μαζί το ίδιο βροχερό απόγευμα. Σαν τώρα. Όπως τώρα. Θα συναντηθούμε ξανά. Θα συναντηθούμε ξανά. Όπως τώρα. Θα συναντηθούμε ξανά. Όπως τώρα.
Mary. Plastic, coated plastic, wrapped in plastic, yoked with plastic, sealed in plastic, carried home in plastic, wrapped in plastic coated paper, sealed with sticky bits of plastic. Placed under plastic branches of plastic trees. Then plastic, plastic, plastic in the plastic-lined plastic garbage bin.
Immigrants open shops, Sargon says. In countries where they take in refugees, that's what they do. They open shops. To sell something, there's no real need to speak. Someone enters, points at this and that, or finds what he wants on a shelf. And all you need is half a dozen words to serve him. Yes, no, 7 euros, 10. He's counting fingers. Words a fool can master in a morning could be singing in 2 days. And maybe thank you and see you tomorrow. Immigrants, they open shops, Sargon says. Immigrants open shops, Sargon says. A teenaged girl perched high on a stool, happy to try the few new words she's learned after her first week in the local school. But when they pass through the bead curtains into the back room, when they step back from the till, or when friends or family drop by for a taste of the old country, it's the old language still. A newspaper lying open on a table. The TV always on the high shelf, making the drunk who stumbles in by accident wonder if he's the immigrant here himself. Immigrants open shops, Sargon says. 8 years ago already. Hard to believe. The troops back then still gathering on the border of the homeland he hadn't seen in 20 years. One for the road, he asks. I shrug, why not? As my mother says, we'll be a long time dead. Sargon smiles. I'll remember that, my friend. But he's far away this evening, lost in himself, gazing out into our tidy garden through his pale reflection in the glass. A nervous shopkeeper as night approaches, hearing ominous voices in the dark.
There she breathes, beneath the soft cover. There she stills and listens to the weather. The pulsing breeze, the creaking trees, all her lilting manner. And the night descends. The brook curls darkly, through thicket and through wood. A late bonfire scents the air. And into the jeweled night, the moon ascends. Held in her blue trance, she lets her soul wander, lets herself ripple down the banks, curling with the dappled water, mixing with smoke and mist, becoming a whole landscape, humming quietly amid the deep night. All stills under view of her gaze. The spirit of the wood stirs in the woodland pool. In her faint imagining is born the forest. She breathes the wood, dreams of it, brings it to life. She focuses the soft blue, the forest of the night.
Hello everyone. I hope you enjoyed the 30 films in this year's shortlist. I'm Paul Casey, and this is my friend Colm Scully. We had the pleasure of judging these films, fantastic films, in this year's competition. There were 173 submissions from 100 filmmakers, and 17 countries are represented in the shortlist. And once again, the Gorgeous Award is, which you'll see very shortly, it has been created by glass artist Michael Ray. So now I'm going to hand you over to my colleague, Colm Scully, who is going to announce the winner.
Thanks, Paul. Hi, everyone. It was an honour to be asked to judge again this year. And as Paul says, the standard of the entries was fantastic. And as well as that, there was an awful lot of entries from Ireland, which is very gratifying as well. Because it's great to know that poetry film is growing in Ireland. Now, I'll announce the winner, and the winner this year is with a fantastic film. It's Yele Maze from Belgium with La Luna Asoma, a poem by Federico Garcia Lorca, and this is a wonderful film. It's a haunting poem by Lorca, and it's beautifully captured by Yele. With his subtle animation. He sticks with about 4 pastel shades, and he's just working with about a few images and manipulating a few images, and he gets the mysterious words of the poem working through that, and it's kind of a surreal flow of visual ideas comes out onto the screen. Having tried my hand at animation myself, I know the work and the effort that goes into that is huge effort. What I also liked was the guitar music and the soundtrack, and at one point there's someone crunching the crunch of an apple being bitten, and it just seems to work perfectly and wells the whole thing together. And it's like a secret unfolding before our eyes, really. It's a beautiful poem, and you'll see it again, poetry film, and you'll see it again now. I suppose what makes it even more amazing for me is that at the end, when you read the credits, There's very few other people involved with Yella in this, so it just shows, it's real himself doing most of this, and it's a worthy winner, I think.
That's a great work of art.
Yeah,
beautiful
it's a beautiful work of art.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks a million, Colm.
No problem.
So we hope you enjoy the rest of the festival, and here we are again with La Luna Asoma.
Cuando sale la luna, se pierden las campanas y aparecen las sendas impenetrables. Cuando sale la luna, el mar cubre la tierra y el corazón se siente isla en el infinito. Nadie come naranjas bajo la luna llena. Es preciso comer fruta verde y helada. Cuando sale la luna, de 100 rostros iguales, la moneda de plata solloza en el bolsillo.